2NURFM.com, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.
I wanted to find out some details about the upcoming University of Newcastle Professors Lecture Series. The first one is starting this Wednesday at the Newcastle Museum at 6:30, and it's featuring the new Dean of the University of Newcastle's Law School. Let's find out more details about this. Joining me from the University of Newcastle, Acting Director of Advancement and External Relations, we've got Rose O'Neill-Thompson with us. Good morning to you, Rose.
Hello, Dave. It's good to be here again.
This series is going to be very interesting, isn't it?
It is. It's called the New Professors Talk Series, and we're very excited about it because it's specifically planned really to bring out new senior appointments, new professors to the community so that they can share their knowledge and expertise and the community can get to know them a little bit.
Now, tell me a bit more about who we've got delivering this first lecture.
Well, we're really excited about this appointment to our law school. Sandeep has come to us from Ireland, where he was the head of law at the National University of Ireland. He's a Rhodes Scholar. He's a dynamic young professor, very exciting to engage with and listen to. But he just hasn't always been in the back room of academia. He's worked as an investment banker on Wall Street and then practiced law in California. And he graduated first from the National Law School of India with a gold medal. And then, as I said, a Rhodes Scholar to Oxford. But he's fun, he's interesting, he's lively and passionate, and I think his topic will bring a bit of interest actually. He's going to be speaking on, are white-collar criminals punished enough, or do they get off lightly?
We wonder this, don't we? We think
do
all that
indeed.
money and their sway they have, maybe they get off lightly.
Yeah, well, interestingly, I think the tendency in Australia anyway is to say, yes, they should be punished. But look, Sandeep's interested in the disconnect between the perception of these people, white-collar leaders, as elites who have done horrible things and are getting away with it. And he likes to explore the flip side, which is that people who have taken huge risks and are trying to be entrepreneurial and build the country's economy have taken these risks, and now they're suddenly they've got something wrong and they're experiencing the chilling effects of state enforcement through the criminal law system. And I think Sandeep, I'm not going to pre-guess, but I think he's probably erring on the side of if they're going to be punished, then the criminal law system is not really the place. But let's say we should all come along and listen.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a hint of sympathy in there for them from him.
Yeah. He said he thinks that many Australians share a perception that white-collar criminals were not punished sufficiently, and he says quite openly that he's going to challenge that orthodoxy. And say, look, it's not true that these people are punished insufficiently. So that's interesting because I'm not sure what his argument will be to come to that position, but it will be a good one.
Is there room for us to come along? Can we still get a seat to come and enjoy
indeed.
this?
We'd be very excited to have members there from our communities. It will take place on this Wednesday at 6:30 for a 7 p.m. start, and this is not the general public lecture series that we do. It is the New Professors Talk series, so we've moved to the funky sort of Newcastle Museum on Honeysuckle. Hopefully the parking should be good. So yes, we'd love to see people come along. I think there's going to be a bit of wine and cheese at some point, either before or afters.
It's setting it up for what is going to be a great series of talks from
absolutely.
noted professors and that at the University of Newcastle.
Yeah, so look, I think coming up in the mix, we'll be doing these monthly, Dave,
Yes,
so I
we
can
will.
come and tell you who's on. But we have Professor Daryl Knight coming, who's come to us. He is Australian, went through UWA, Western Australia, but he's been in Canada for 10 plus years at a university there. So he's head of our biomedical sciences. And then we've got Liz Bird, who's a really interesting one. She'll be in July. But you know the event of the new MOOCs and all the online open learning that's such a buzz around the world. Well, she's an expert in what should be online and what should be on ground. And she's quite a young professor, so lively. So, a dynamic bunch coming through for the community to meet.
Well, we'll look forward to you coming in. You're going to tell us each month what we're looking forward to as the lecture series continues.
I'll be happy to do that, Dave.
And this one is the first one coming up on Wednesday
It is.
at the
It's
Newcastle
the inaugural
Museum.
one. And look, I don't think your listeners should miss it. He's a treat.
Now, before we let you go, how
Yes.
do we find out more details if we'd like to express interest in it? Is there a phone number we can give you a call on?
Yes.
Or better yet, give me a call at 2 in URFM and I can point you in the right direction where they can let you know all the details about what's coming up on Wednesday.
All right, we can do that.
Thank you for that, Rose.
And it can be found online, of course, at the moment.
At the website. If you go to the
Yes.
University of Newcastle website, all the details there too. But give us a call at 2 in URFM. We'd like to point you in the right direction.